Alex, I understand you're a U.S. Marine.
Yeah. I was in the Marines.
You was in the
I'm out
Marines.
now.
Right now, you're like living
I'm a
civilian
civilian.
lives. And well, thank you for coming to support Ukraine today. I think that
Absolutely.
means a lot to a lot of Ukrainians. And I'm just curious to know your personal opinion about what's going on in the war over there. A lot of Americans are afraid right now about what's going to happen. Do you share that? Do you think we should be afraid? Do you think we should like stay strong? Like, what do you think? How do you feel, and what do you think other people should feel?
Just about the current situation, what I think is that we need to keep supporting Ukraine. We need to keep giving them the supplies to be able to defend themselves, but also to basically have a strong place at the negotiating table. Because
Right.
if we take everything away from them, then they're not going to have as much pull as to what needs to be conceded, what doesn't. So yeah, I think we need to keep supporting Ukraine.
Okay, I appreciate that message. So you were fighting as well. By the way, what do you think about like what Dmitry said, that how Ukrainians they think that Americans is a great nation. They're very grateful to United States, and Russians, when they describe Americans, they always say like Americans are stupid, Americans are evil. Have you heard that
Absolutely.
before?
Oh, yeah.
And what do you think about that? So you've heard that, right?
Yes. Now, before we go, when I was in the Marines, it was peacetime, so I never did any fighting. It was just a lot of training. So we would go out and train with the Japanese and teach them fire support.
Right.
So I never actually served in a combat
Active
zone.
war.
Yes. In terms of, what was the other part?
So I liked how Dmitry said that he likes this country. This country is full of like great people, strong people. Like he said, like Americans, don't be afraid. We have smart people here. And I noticed that the way Russians describe Americans, they always say Americans are stupid, or Americans are evil, or both.
I think it goes back to what Dmitry was saying, like the propaganda that's on Russian television. I come from a Soviet family.
Right.
We immigrated from right after the collapse of the Soviet Union to the United States.
Right.
And so some of my family members, they still watch the TV.
Russian TV.
Yes, at least the older generation.
Do they watch Zadornov?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy.
The crazy guy.
Well, no, he's not. He's actually like the moderate guy. He's like he wears suit and tie, and he constantly says Americans are stupid, and he tells different stories of how Americans are stupid, and people are laughing. It's like his whole thing. Like it's his career basically.
Well, and it's just the propaganda that
Right.
the Russian government uses to kind of get its citizens in an information trap, and people kind of want to keep up when they move from Russia to the United States.
Right.
Either they may have family back there, or they just want to be still a part of the culture.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they keep watching that stuff. It makes
Right.
them feel comfortable.
Oh no, definitely. A lot of
but-
people who live here, they keep watching the Russian TV. I don't think it's healthy because it's like so much propaganda. It's crazy.
Same.
But yeah, I understand about that. Yeah.
And then, on the Ukrainian side, though, like every Ukrainian I've met has been extremely grateful to be here. I literally, I see them moving from the ground up. Like they
Right.
come to this country with nothing, and then they put themselves through school while working like 4 different jobs
Right.
and trying to make a career out of themselves, and just kind of make this their new home. Or
Yeah.
if they want to go back to Ukraine after the conflict is over, they'll be set to be able to do that.
That would be great. So a lot of people are waiting for that. Well, thank you so much for sharing some information with us and your opinion today.
Of course, thank
I
you.
appreciate it.